Hey guys, Marshall from Going Gear, SHOT Show 2016 in Las Vegas with Jim McNair from Kershaw and Zero Tolerance. How's it going, man?
Going good, how are you?
So we're going to do a couple videos with him. This one is the Kershaw video, so he's going to show us all the new Kershaw knives. You ready?
Ready.
Let's do it.
Okay, so starting off we have the 3470 Pico. This is a Les George design. We have an 8CR13 MOV blade with stone-washed grinds and satin on the flats. Gives it a real nice two-tone finish. Stainless steel handles with a bead blast finish. Decorative pivot hardware. Stainless steel frame lock. A reversible pocket clip. And speed safe assisted opening. Really nice snap on this knife. It says the MSRP of $44.99. So, real cool new design from Les George. Next up, we have something kind of different and unique. This is called the Barge. This is the model 1945. This is a really neat piece because it's actually a very, very heavy-duty utilitarian knife. So, the blade is 8CR13 MOV with a nice almost Warncliffe kind of style blade, real drop tip. Nylon front handle with a molded G10 texture. Stainless steel frame lock with a reversible pocket clip. But the real selling feature about this knife is this big, thick pry bar on the back end. So really beefy, over 1/4 inch thick at the back. It's actually got this little flat here that you can also use as a flathead screwdriver. This hole is actually designed to let you allow to put a thick piece of wire in there and be able to bend it, a little stripping if you need to. But really, this knife is just a really great, effective pry tool. MSRP of $34.99.
So was that designed to help combat all the warranty claims where people try to use their knife tip as a pry bar?
I'm going to plead the fifth on that one. Next up, we have the 1319. This knife is called the Grinder. Again, this is another one in that sort of utility family. You really look at that blade, you get that low drop tip, great for cutting cardboard, great for opening boxes, that kind of thing. 4CR14 with a bead blast finish. We have molded nylon scales here with a nice grippy texture. Also with these big traction grooves as well that really helps you keep a hold of it. Reversible deep carry pocket clip, speed safe assisted opening, and one more cool thing is that this jimping on the back of the blade is really crisp, and it really gives you a solid feel on it. So whether you were just working like this or if you got your thumb planted here, you're not going to lose your grip. So MSRP of $29.99 on this knife. Next up we have the Fatback. This is the model 1935. So real aggressive spear point on this blade. Again, molded nylon scales with a faux G10 texture. Been real popular for us. We also have some extra traction grooves here as well. This actually has a deep carry clip that can be installed in any of 4 positions, so quad carry on this knife. Speed safe assisted opening, and an MSRP of, drum roll,
You're building suspense.
$39.99 in this one. Yes, that was for suspense. That wasn't me forgetting things at all.
How many new knives are there this year?
A few. This here is the model 1965. It's called the Rove. Again, a real attractive price point on this knife. $29.99 MSRP. Stone-washed 8CR13 MOV blade. Real deep swedge on that one. Flipper with speed safe assisted opening. Cool decorative hardware. These are nylon scales yet again, with a nice textured pattern in here. Gives you a little bit of grip.
It's got an interesting look to it. It's got nylon. I know it's nylon, but it almost has the look of aluminum.
Yeah, it's that real satin finish.
Yeah.
Reversible deep carry pocket clip. Cool backspacer on this one, something kind of different on that one. Yeah, it's just another great utility knife at a good price. So here's something a little different. This is another new design by Les George. This one's called the Spline. Steel handles with a steel frame lock. HCR13 MOV blade, black wash finish overall, black hardware, cool decorative pivot, deep carry pocket clip that is reversible as well. And this has a really cool little lock over travel stop that Les has kind of dubbed the beer can. It's kind of like the pop top on a beer can. So the beer tab over travel stop. Neat little knife. We really liked working with Les. He's done some cool stuff. MSRP of $54.99 on this one. Here's another cool design. This one is called the Rove. Has a 4CR14 blade. Excuse me, 3CR13. Nylon scales. Great grippy texture in this one. And one thing that's really neat about this knife is it's got this grooved flow pattern that goes all the way through the handle and is actually cold forged into the blade. So these are actually punched into the blade. Same pattern on the back side. Really beautiful flow to this knife. Reversible pocket clip. Speed safe assisted opening. And again, an MSRP of $29.99 on this knife. So really effective price point.
Yeah. That's wild.
So next up we have a knife with a Next up we have a knife with a I don't have to have you cut.
Yeah.
Sorry, you're doing a video. Yeah, sorry about that.
Thank you. So next up we have another new design here. This is kind of a fun knife because this is actually one of our in-house designs, but we're using the Grant and Gavin Hawk designed Hawk lock mechanism on it. So something we've done in the past at Kershaw, but haven't done it in a while, so we're really excited to do this on a new pattern. Changed a few things. On the old knife, the button used to be over here. We've relocated a little bit. Got a nice HCR13 MOV blade in a black finish with a cool two-tone on it, so you've got that nice satin finish on the flats. Aluminum handle frame on both sides. Reversible clip. We've got an open frame construction with tube spacers. And the insert in the front here will be a molded nylon with a faux G10 finish in it. Really smooth, really nice, snappy knife, good click. Yeah, we're really excited about this one. MSRP of $59.99. This is another little guy for this year. This one is called the Spoke. Assisted opening knife with a black finish. We have steel handles with a cold forged texture in them again. And same on the back side. Miniature deep carry clip. Again, real open construction. And bargain knife on this one as well. This one has an MSRP of $29.99. While we're looking at the small knives, I've got another really cool one. New design by Rick Hinderer. This one is called the Cinder. So, nylon scales with a faux G10 texture and some cool machine pattern in it. We have a 3CR13 blade, really only about an inch long. This is a really small knife. Meant to hang on your keychain, drop in your pocket. Manual action, liner lock. Again, we've got a nylon scale on the back, lanyard ring, and a bottle opener. Just a cool little knife. Greatest thing about this knife is that it's got a great MSRP. It's $11.99. I'm sorry, $10.99.
It's very inexpensive and it's surprisingly comfortable in the hand. I mean, for such a small, tiny little knife, you can actually get a good bit of purchase on there. I mean, you can kind of see how much of his hand is contacting it, and it's actually a comfortable knife to hold for being so small.
Yeah, I'm getting a full 3 fingers on it, and I have big hands, so really a neat little thing to have.
The last kind of thing I would have expected from Rick Hinderer.
Really is a departure, isn't it?
Yeah.
So next we have another Les George design. This one's called the Valmara. It's based on his Valmara pattern. So again, HCR13, full stonewash blade, really nice recurve, real nice sweep to that blade. Kind of a curvy, sexy design overall. Contoured handles, but these are going to be a nylon with a faux G10 texture. Same on the back side. Reversible deep carry clip, speed safe assisted opening, And this one will have an MSRP of $39.99. This one is our Model 2200. It's called the Grid. HCR13 blade that's all blacked out. Steel handles that are coated with a nice gray titanium finish. Steel frame lock with a deep carry clip that's reversible. And this knife really, for as big as it is, it's got a 3.7-inch blade. It's very slim, very nice to carry. You can see how thin that is. Open back construction. Speed safe assisted. Just a really nice, comfortable knife. And this one comes in at $49.99, being a little bit bigger model. Moving on to something that's not even a knife. This is what we're calling the Ration tool. It's a spoon and fork tool. Really something meant to take with you on a camping or a backpacking trip. We decided to go a little differently than some of the other ones out there in the world. We realized it's not a brand new concept, but we wanted a genuine dedicated fork and spoon. So you get your spoon, you flip it over, and comfortably you have your fork curved nicely so that it works. You get a bottle opener, because what's worse than being stuck out in the woods with a beer and no way to get it open? And a nice little carabiner clip that just gives you an opportunity to be able to clip that on your belt or on your backpack, keep it from walking away. So a really cool little tool, MSRP of $749. So really affordable thing. I think everyone should have one.
Of course you do. You're the sales guy.
I may be biased. Another Todd Rexford design here. This one's called the Showtime. Again, HCR13 MOV blade. Nice two-tone finish. Nice satin on the flats with black on the grinds. Black oxide handles with silver hardware. Black oxide on the back here as well. And a stainless steel frame lock. Again, that fun little short deep carry clip. And this one will have an MSRP of $47.99.
I like that one a lot.
Yeah, it's a cool little pattern. And really, this handle actually feels quite contoured when you put that in your hand.
Yeah, it's got a good feel to it, and I really like the two-tone on the blade. It has a very cool look.
Speaking of cool looks, next up is the Identity. So this is a pretty big knife this year. 3.5-inch blade, nice and beefy. Steel front handle with a molded nylon insert in that nice gray color. I've been calling this a vertigo pattern. It's kind of a radiating circle pattern that is molded into that part. Cool part is we also have that vertigo pattern on the back handle as well. So this is actually cold forged into the steel handle. Again, that fun little clip, little small deep carry clip, it's reversible. Speed safe assisted opening. Really a lot of bang for your buck, and this knife is $39.99. Real competitive price point for something that big. So next up, kind of the opposite end of the spectrum, we have the Cathode, Model 1324. This is a neat little knife. So this has a nice full tanto blade, steel handles, and these are cold forged with this textured pattern, and it really is nice and grippy. You know, I know sometimes people will complain about steel knives and they're too smooth, they're a little slick. Well, this one solves that problem very nicely. The back handle has the same texturing, steel frame lock, reversible pocket clip, speed safe assisted opening, and this one again, being a small knife, is a real bargain at $29.99. Something different here, we have the Payload. It's the Model 1925. So this is kind of a knife tool pattern, and we've approached this in the way that we generally do, which is this is a knife first and a tool second. So we have a nice big usable blade on this, big comfortable handle. So you fold that shut and you flip it over. You have a screwdriver that shoots out of the back. So you press that same button, you can pop it back in. Then you have additional bits that are stored right in the handle. So they slide right out comfortably, right out of that ramp. You get 2 nice big flatheads, and you end up with 3 Phillips head bits, one of them stored in the tool itself. So, really cool knife with a lot of features. MSRP of $49.99. We're pretty excited about this one. One more Todd Rexford design here. This one is called the Entropy. 8CR13 blade with a full stonewash finish. Nylon scales with a little bit of faux G10 texture and some grooves as well. Same scales on the back handle there. Deep carry pocket clip that is reversible. Speed safe assisted opening, and something that's becoming a bit of a theme for us this year is we have these nice orange tube spacers. Gives a little pop of color on an otherwise gray and black knife. So, cool little piece, and an MSRP of $39.99 on this one. Again, for one more kind of different knife, this is the model 4700. So this one's called the Decoy. It's a little different. It's got sort of something similar to a friction folder where you have this tab hanging out of the back, rotates around, and then we have a liner lock locking it open. It's got this Wharncliffe blade profile, which is really quite useful. It's got that nice straight line on the edge, so you can chop with it, dice little small parts. Great for opening boxes, great for cutting cardboard. It's a black nylon handle with actual rubber inserts here, so a lot of grip on these. And again, as I was talking about that theme we have this year, we have this nice green backspacer with what we're calling our party bubble texture. Again, gives it a splash of color on an otherwise very dark knife. Rubber inserts on the back. Nice wide pocket clip, really grips onto things nicely. But then the real feature of this knife is hiding in the back here. So we actually have a set of pincers, much like a hemostat, that slide out and snap shut. So this knife is great for holding on to small objects. I keep saying I'd love to be able to just hold on to 2 wires like this and solder them up. It'll actually clip onto different things. You could use it just to carry it around that way. So it's a cool little knife. Again, something a little different. And it's got an MSRP of $24.99, so really quite affordable as well. One more addition to our Emerson lineup this year. This is the CQC 9K. It's a nice big knife, as you can see in my hand here. It's got a nice recurved blade, black oxide finish, 8CR13 MOV, Ernest Emerson design. G10 scales, manual action, stainless steel frame lock with a black finish as well. Reversible pocket clip with the Emerson skull logo on it. And also has the Emerson wave-shaped feature, which is kind of a fun twist on this knife. Hides up in the handle when you open it up. Cool new knife, MSRP of $69.99. We think this one will do real well. Finally, last but not least, one more design from Les George. This model is called the Weston. And got a nice bayonet style blade, stonewash finish. This front handle is a molded nylon with a faux G10 texture and some cool grooves in it, little groove pattern that Les came up with. It's got a stainless steel back handle with a frame lock, reversible deep carry pocket clip, speed safe assisted opening. And this knife has an MSRP of $49.99, 3.5-inch blade. So really, this is one of my favorites this year. Nice, comfortable, sleek pattern that you can carry. Hey all, so I might have lied to you before and told you that we only had one more, but really we've got a couple more to do. So we're gonna keep on rolling here. So here we have the model 1557 Ti. It's called the Farite. This is a new Rick Hinderer design. So a little bit of a departure from some of the stuff we've done with him before with the Cryos and the Cryo 2s. This is a long, sleek knife. Got kind of a modified clip point blade. It's got this little scoop out of the back that's really nice to drop your thumb into or your forefinger if you're doing detail work. Speed safe assisted opening, 8CR13 blade. Nice gray titanium finish over most of the knife. Back handle is a steel frame lock. Nice sort of Hinderer style pocket clip on here. Lock bar stabilizer. And because the pocket clip itself sits in a pocket, we have a Hinderer style filler tab on the front side as well.
There's an aftermarket guys doing some pretty cool stuff. I know Steel Flame and some other guys do some neat little filler tabs that you can put in there.
There are. And our goal is that if you want to, you can upgrade this knife with some cool filler tabs. So not everyone will do it, but
You have the option.
You have the option. Yeah, so real neat little knife. MSRP of $59.99. Okay, so a few new knives here for Kershaw USA right now. These are all automatic. These are additions to our launch series. Our launch series has been really popular in this last year, and so we wanted to give you a few more options, a few more flavors. So we have our Launch 4, our Launch 5, and our Launch 6. So Launch 4 is actually a California legal auto. It's got a just under 2-inch blade, aluminum handles, both sides. It's got that nice 2-piece aluminum handle, so integral backspacer between those two handles. Single position pocket clip, but this knife actually, because it's so symmetrical and dagger shaped, even as a left-handed person like myself, it's pretty easy to have this in my pocket, roll it over, open it up. So it works out nicely whether you're left-handed or right-handed. Really cool little knife. MSRP of $150 on this one. Next up would be the Launch 5. This is something new for the Launch line. We're doing an Emerson design. So this is based on Ernest's Raven model that he's done in the past. Clip point blade, full stonewash finish, CPM 154 like the other Launch series knives have been. Again, aluminum handles, and this is a nice grippy texture. It's actually deeply machined into there on the front and the back handle. Reversible pocket clip. And again, that integral backspacer formed by milling these handles out of solid billet. So we get this nice pattern, and then you get your integral lanyard loop in here as well. So MSRP of $169.99 on this one. And then finally the Launch 6. This is actually the biggest of the launches. 3.75-inch blade. All DLC black finish. Kind of a daggerish shape to it. We also have some cool machining on this handle as well. So we have a cool machine pattern. It gives you some extra texture and grip on it. Really nice to hold on to. Got a little bit of that on the back handle as well. CPM 154 blade. Reversible pocket clip. And cool integral backspacer as well with that 2-piece handle. This one has an MSRP of $159.99. So that'll do it for the Kershaw line for this year.
All right, Jim, thanks for your time.
Hey, thanks again. See you next year.